My name is Nalan Yurtsever. I'm an assistant professor at Yale School of Medicine. I'm also the medical director for the clinical labs at Bridgeport Hospital, which is a smaller community hospital, and I cover some blood bank service there too. I think I have been an ABB member for about 3 years now, although I have been attending the annual meetings for 5 years. Unfortunately, I started my residency around the COVID time, so some of the meetings were virtual. Um, I think what I get from ABB membership is really connection with people and meeting here and learning from all the experts. I have made so many friends here. And like I said, I have been attending the annual meetings almost every year for 5 years now. I come here with excitement and joy to, just to meet my friends and just to see them again, discuss certain topics. I really find it as a ground to connect and share. I have utilized the PEP mentorship program during my fellowship. That was extremely useful. Um, I have definitely used the books and all the resources. I am a constant reader of the Transfusion Journal, and I think annual meeting is the big hit that I come at every year. So I use this resource. I would certainly say go for it. Like there's so much to get from it. It is a big organization that encompasses both the transfusion medicine services as well as the donor centers. So if it is somebody who's interested in blood banking, it is certainly the venue to connect. And I would say just go for the membership. So I think the two big opportunities I see AI taking a lead is one, who are we going to transfuse, and two, the inventory management. So for number one, there have been some research showing that each person has their unique lab parameters. So I think AI can help us to see what is their baseline, and when they change from baseline, when do we act on it. For example, a sickle cell patient might be living at a hemoglobin of 6. That might be their baseline. They may have a lot of antibodies, and we might only have like a frozen unit. So when do we actually thaw that frozen unit? Is the question. So based on AI, the AI can say, hey, look, this person is not doing clinically well, so that's the time to thaw the unit. That's the time to utilize that unit. And the second one is definitely inventory management. We are trying to come up with multiple ways to solve it, but I think AI is ultimately the solution to see what we should be storing and when we should be storing. Based on the patient population, based on what their usage, what kind of patients they get, like whether if they are a trauma center or they have obstetrical patients, I think AI can certainly help guide us in our product management. We have some understanding of it based on our medical expertise, but getting numbers and even seeing which type of patients are in the hospital on that day, I think can help us to see how many red cells we should have or how many platelets we should have. So we definitely need AI to help us with it. I think there's a lot involved in this. So although I'm very optimistic about it, but we may not see it in the very near future, but sometime in the future. For the sector, the biggest challenge is getting the data and then finding a way to utilize it. We have so much data stored in all the laboratory or the information systems, the EMR, the LIS. However, we are still struggling to get the data and then to find a way to store it and to somehow make use of it. So I see the biggest challenge. Again, hopefully with the help of AI will be easier, but I see the biggest challenge in kind of rooting that data into a real clinical practice. I think the biggest trends that I expect to see in 2026 is number one, a significant usage of cold stored platelets, because this is a new development and I think institutions are adopting it. I also expect to see certainly use of whole blood in the field and maybe in other patient populations as well. And then I expect to see a lot more use of AI in our day-to-day practice. I attended a lecture by James Zimring, and he talked about his journey from the beginning to the end. I think the biggest takeaway I got was you will have failure after failure, but you should still keep going because this is the way how we can get things done. So this was, I think, the biggest takeaway for me as a junior attending in the field.